Hello everybody, how's it going? I'm Jason, and once again I'm coming back at you with a new Blu-Ray review. Now some of you may have seen me do an unpackaging of this, but if not, today I'm going to be reviewing The House by the Cemetery by Lucio Fulci. Of course, many of you know that I am a huge Fulci mark. This came out last month from Blue Underground. I've been itching to get it, and finally I picked it up. I won't go too much into the story because I'm sure most of you already know this, but basically it tells a story of the Boyle family, Norman and Lucy, who go to stay in a house that was occupied by a guy named Dr. Peterson, who recently murdered his mistress and then committed suicide. Before he lived there, it was occupied by Dr. Freudstein, who was a crazy mad scientist doctor type guy. So the house has a really strange history, and Dr. Boyle is sent there to continue his research on old homes, whatever that means, and basically just figure out the house is haunted. There's murders that happen. There's weird shit going on, and it's just chaos, as you would come to expect in most Fulci films. This is the third film in an unofficial Gates of Hell trilogy from Fulci that starts with City of the Living Dead, continues with Beyond, and then concludes with this one. Guys, I gotta say this. I've always liked this film because I love Fulci so much, but this is a film that I have come to appreciate more over time. It's really grown on me more and more. And I think it all really starts with the soundtrack. I'm pretty sure Fabio Frizzi did the soundtrack for this. I'm not completely positive on that. Pretty sure he did, though. But the soundtrack is just like the first thing in this film that really captured my attention. It's just got such an amazing, classic horror movie feel to it. And, from there, I got more into the story. It definitely has it has a good fall atmosphere to it. This is a good time of year to watch it. This is one of them that I watched at Halloween, and just picking up the Blu-ray, watched it again. And I just love this movie more over time. And I think part of that also has to do with it being kind of reminiscent of The Shining. There's definite similarities there. How the family moves into a new home. The mother and the son have a strong relationship than the son and the father do. The mother and father know that something's wrong with the house, but the son is more attuned to it. I mean, there's definite similarities to The Shining, so that may be part of the reason why I like this so much more growing older, because I do love The Shining so much. But it's more of kind of has family drama elements to it, which was kind of unique for Fulci. This kind of stands out in that regard. It still has all the crazy signature gore that Fulci came to be known for. There's a lot of crazy deaths in this, but it's more story driven, it seems like. But as far as the death scenes go, if you like really over-the-top deaths, because Fulci was known for some really crazy shit, for some complete cheesy and laughable moments, but the best of all is perhaps in this film, and it's a scene where a bat attacks Dr. Norman Boyle, and it's so fucking crazy and just keeps going. I mean, just like when you think it's going to end, it just keeps going a little bit further, which, that's another signature of Fulci. He doesn't pull away, but in this point, it's just it's laughable, and then it just continues to get more laughable. It's just, it has to be seen if you believe it. If you've never seen this, it's absolutely fucking crazy. One element of this film that people always complain about is the horrible overdubbing, especially the character Bob, played by Giovanni Frezza. I won't dispute that whatsoever. It is horrible, especially when he's, crying out, "Mommy, Mommy!" It just, oh my God, it's horrible. It's obviously either an older woman or a teenager attempting to sound like a kid that did this overdubbing. It's fucking horrible, man. But on this release, there is an Italian mono track which actually has Giovanni Frezza's actual voice on this. I did watch it this way, and I gotta say, guys, it's a lot better. I mean, because that horrible overdubbing can really take you out of this movie. I'll admit that. But here, you know, with the Italian monos track, it works a lot better. It really does, hearing his actual voice, and it's not so distracting to take away from everything. I really like that a lot. I think it really works. But as far as the movie goes, guys, I would give this an 8 out of 10. I mean, I really enjoy it. You know, years ago it probably would have been a little bit lower rating, but I give this film an 8 out of 10 as far overall. And if you haven't ever seen this, I highly recommend checking it out. It's definitely an Italian classic, a Fulci classic, and just an all-around great horror film. Now, you know, I had, let's see, this old out-of-print version here, had House by the Cemetery and Beyond on it, and you know, when you buy a Blu-ray, you expect an upgrade. And, you know, Blue Underground's kind of been hit or miss. And, unfortunately, it's been more miss than hit as far as I'm concerned. I was really disappointed with the Maniac Blu-ray that they released. And I thought City of the Living Dead was pretty good. It wasn't great, but it was pretty good. So, kind of 50-50. Now, this one, guys, I'm really disappointed. Probably even more so than I was with the Maniac release, which those of you who know me knows how much I've bitched about that Maniac release. Because my whole point is, if they can't make it look better, then why the fuck do you even release it? And this is in the same vein as that. It looks no better than this version at all. If not, it might even be worse. I mean, you know, Blu-ray, it seems like with daytime scenes, they tend to work better than nighttime scenes or interior scenes. Like, you can see a lot more clarity and just more wow factor, you know, during like daytime outdoor scenes. And in this, guys, it's the exact opposite. Like, when they get past that first initial kill, and then they move to exterior scenes, it is absolutely horrible. It's extremely fuzzy and grainy in the picture quality. There's so much noise going on in the picture. It's awful. I mean, I was really surprised at how the picture looked. Like, I expected it to be at least an upgrade, and really it's not. I mean, now there may be a few scenes, interior scenes, where it's slightly better, just a little bit different, but guys, it's not enough to really justify an upgrade as far as the picture quality goes. I honestly can't say upgrade. So as far as the picture on this goes, guys, I only give it a 2 out of 10, and that's honestly probably being generous. It probably deserves only a 1, unfortunately. I really hate to say that, but it's really not worth the upgrade whatsoever as far as picture quality goes. Now jumping into the extras. As far as the extras go, there's quite a bit of new stuff here, and you may want to upgrade for the special features alone. Now, once I watched all the special features, I didn't regret getting this because there's a lot of cool stuff here. First up, we have Meet the Boyles interviews with stars Catriona McCall and Palio Malco. This is really cool because it's like polar opposite extreme opinions on Fulci. Catriona talks about how she had a great relationship with Fulci, and she says that he was very good with the kids in the film, whereas Paulo says that he was very hard to work with. He was yelling all the time at everybody, and he was very hard on the kids, making them cry many times. So, you know, again, it goes back to that old thing with Fulci, you know, who do you believe? Because you ask one person, they're going to say one thing. You ask another person, they're going to say another thing. It's always different opinions when it comes to Fulci. Next up, Children of the Night interviews with stars Giovanni Frezza and Silvia Calatina. They tell their experiences on the set of the film, how Fulci was demanding on them, and Giovanni actually goes on to apologize for the horrible overdubbing on his vocal track. I thought that was pretty cool. Tales of Laura Gittelson's next, an interview with star Dagmar Lassander. Dagmar talks about how she got into the industry and what it was like working with Mario Bava on Hatchet for a Honeymoon, and then she moves on to talk about working on House by the Cemetery. Pretty cool featurette. Next up is My Time of Terror, an interview with star Carlo DiMaggio. It's basically the same as the last. Like, he talks about how he got into the industry, what it was like working with Fulci on House by the Cemetery. Next up, we have A Haunted House Story, interviews with co-writers Dardano Sanchetti and Elsa Briganti. This is a very interesting featurette where they talk about, the construction of the story, the different ideas and motifs behind the story. I really liked it a lot. These two are they're very interesting to listen to talk to. You just, I don't know. I just, every time I've seen them on a featurette, they're amazing. Those two. I believe they also wrote Zombie and the Beyond, if I'm not mistaken. But it's a great featurette. And then the last featurette is called To Build a Better Death Trap, interviews with cinematographer Sergio Silvetti, makeup effects artist Maurizio Tranni, special effects artist Gino De Rossi, and actor Giovanni De Nava. This was awesome. Probably the best featurette out of all of them. And I think one of the best parts of this is when Gino De Rossi shows some of the actual mechanisms that he built for this film. He shows like the whole part at the beginning, the opening kill where the knife goes through the head and the blade pops out of the mouth. He shows the mechanism that they put on her mouth. That's a retractable blade. It's like a little thing, I guess, that fit onto the side of her head. And he just pushed something on it and the blade would come out. It was really cool. And then he also showed one of the actual bats that they used in the bat scene. All of its wings were eroded off and everything. But I thought that was really cool. And then also there are deleted scene, theatrical trailers, a TV spot, poster, and still gallery. So guys, the special features on this are really awesome. They make it worth checking out. Special features, I would give an 8 out of 10. Blue Underground always does really good with this. Michael Felcher of Red Shirt Pictures was in on this. Many of these interviews were shot at Horror Hound Weekend earlier this year. Because they did a House by the Cemetery reunion, so that was really cool. But overall, guys, as far as a recommendation, it just depends. If you're going for a picture quality upgrade, then you're probably going to be disappointed. Actually, I know you're going to be disappointed. It's not a big upgrade into high def on this, but the features, it just depends. If you're big in the features, then yeah, you may want to check this out, especially if you're a big fan of the movie. Overall, guys, I'd give it a 5 out of 10. The special features really jump it up because the picture quality definitely holding it down, and the movie itself is worth checking out. If you've never seen the film before and you're interested and want to buy a copy, I would say go ahead and get this because of the features and whatever. But yeah, guys, that's it. That's The House by the Cemetery. Very easy to find. It just came out a month ago. So that's it. I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks a lot. I'm Jason. Take it easy. Bye.